Welcome to another video from David and Erin Travel. Erin and I are about to take off for this year's anniversary trip, and we are headed to Boston for a couple of days, and then we're going to drive up into Maine and check out Acadia National Park and lighthouses and everything else we can see. So what we typically do, and I bet you guys, a lot of you are the same way, when you're about to go on vacation, man, you're like, okay, especially summer vacation, those of you that hit the beach, you're like, all right, I'm gonna hit it hard on dieting, and I'm gonna make sure that I drop as much as I can, and then that way we can eat whatever we want on vacation. We are literally 30 seconds from our house, and we're at Sonic, because we just couldn't take it anymore.
We did get waters.
We did get waters. That's about all the healthy things we got. Oh well, vacation starts right now.
I wanna run in wide spaces, fly like the wind in high places, rushing like water on my face, with your hand in my hand. Ooh, I wanna dance into the morning, kiss you like you never been kissed before me. I would go anywhere you wanna go, with your hand in my hand.
It is almost 4 o'clock, it's about 10 to 4, and we're at Memphis International Airport ready to catch our flight to Boston. Okay, through security, got our bags checked. Was not nearly as bad as I thought. It was pretty packed, but
We
there
were
was
here
like,
before the Southwest employees.
yeah, and the pre-check, there was nobody in pre-check, so
Walked right up.
walked right up to it.
So TSA pre-check, worth the money.
Worth every penny. Although, problem is, if everybody gets TSA pre-check, then was it like on The Incredibles when everybody's special?
Then nobody
is.
Never mind, don't get TSA pre-check.
It's not worth it. Okay guys, we made it. We are finally in Boston, and this is our rental car. It's a Jeep Wrangler, which is awesome. I've never rented one of these before, so we're gonna see if we can figure out how to take this top off at some point when it's not raining. But all in all, not a bad travel day.
No.
So we got our Jeep. We're gonna swing through and get some coffee and get to the hotel, probably take the long way around to just see a little bit of Boston, and then we'll see what we do from there.
On a night like this, and a dress like that, how could I wanna be anywhere else? Got a heart of gold and a soul to match. Can measure this moment in a photograph. You look so beautiful, baby. I know you're the love of my life. You changed my world. Yeah, you saved me without even trying. I got a feeling like never before, that all these miles were worth
you run into stuff like this. Just little bitty old streets and buildings like this.
We're in the Beacon Hill district.
Beacon Hill, and I don't know what that means. I've not researched that yet, but apparently it's just a very old part of town. And I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous, and the weather is perfect, but this is super cool architecture. Well, good morning. This is full day one in Boston. So we are up. It's beautiful weather right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go try to find some coffee, and then we are going to hit the Freedom Trail and see what this is right in our wheelhouse. We love American history, especially American Revolution history. So this will be a fun day. We'll see what we can find. Okay, we just had coffee and breakfast at Thinking Cup Coffee and Bakery, and definitely recommend it. Great coffee. Yeah, it's good. Breakfast muffin. I had to fight not to say McMuffin because we're from the South, but it was an English muffin, and it was good. Coffee was good. It was kind of mild, but recommend if you're in Boston and need a good coffee shop, breakfast shop. That's a good place to go. The history that's here is pretty incredible. When you walk up to a grave marker of somebody that died in 1670 something, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable.
Some of the graves are marked as they were participants in the Boston Tea Party.
Participants in the Boston Tea Party. And of course, you've got your, I mean, founder grave sites here of John Hancock and Paul Revere, Samuel Adams. I mean, there's just, it's pretty remarkable. So there's a guide that actually stands at the gate and gives you a guide to just free for you to walk through, and he's done all this research.
Full of information.
Full of information to tell you all the history and kind of some of the markings, and just kind of help guide you through the cemetery. And he just does it for donations. So it's really well done, and so I definitely recommend if you come visit and take one of his guides, if you can, help this guy out, because he's done a lot of research for this. So very well done. This was fun.
Yeah. So we just stopped at the Omni Parker house, which is the home of the Boston cream pie, original recipe, and I'm excited to try it, even though I'm allergic to the almonds.
My job is apparently to just eat all of the almonds, which I do not like, so that this allergic pants doesn't die. Other than the almond, it's good.
Well, maybe we can both eat out of the middle.
Actually, the almonds aren't bad. You don't taste them like normal. You're not, like when you just eat raw almonds like that. It actually, everything else adds to it. So I would say actually it's pretty good with the almonds, which is surprising to me.
Checking for nut content.
Seriously, if you die, you're gonna ruin our vacation.
I have a nappy pen in my bag. It's pretty good.
Probably not the best Boston cream pie.
No, that's what
but
my
the original.
research showed me, is that it's the original, but it's probably not the best in town. So, but you had to start at the beginning, right? We had to get the original Boston cream pie.
Okay, so we are standing by this thing in the King's Burial Ground. There's no marker that we can tell that tells what this is, but if you know what this feature is, it goes like way down, and we're pretty sure we heard the subway. So if you know what that is, then comment down below and let us know, because we would really like to know what this is. So on the back side of the old State House is the site of the Boston Massacre, and that's where we're headed right now. They've got a marker showing where it is. Erin just taught me something that I never knew about our truck. That apparently there is a timeout on the horn. So if you lay on the horn long enough, it will stop. Now I personally have never laid on the horn long enough to even know this was a feature, but somehow she has experienced this. Would you like to tell this story?
I don't even know why, but yes, I am liberal with the horn. If you pull out in front of me and it's not your turn to go, I'm gonna honk it at you.
And apparently have laid on it long enough to know that it will shut off after so long. You know, I'm assuming it's just a safety feature, so that if accidentally something hits the horn and you know, that way it doesn't just stay on. Or for somebody like her, never knew this.
we happened to walk past Mondern Pastry, so we got a couple of cannolis to try. Neither one of us have ever had a cannoli, so we're about to try one for the first time.
No, it's pretty good. I feel like that's sweet.
Sweet.
It's almost like a crunchy, what do we call them? The cream horns. That's kind of what it is, but it's crunchy. And obviously the cream is way better than anything you get at like a Walmart or something like that. But no, that's really good. Okay, now I'm going to try the one that's a custard, vanilla custard. Yep, and that's a crunchy donut, which is awesome. Those are good.
Crunchy donut.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Crunchy donut, right?
Crunchy donut. That's a good, that filling is really good. I like the traditional one better.
Yeah? I think I do too.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Boston. Have a cannoli.
So there's something about when you're walking a trail like this that has a defined line to guide you. What's wrong with me that I feel terrible when I'm not actually walking on the line? Like, what's going on in my brain that I have to be on that line? And then when something like a car is parked on that line and I have to walk around, something inside me just a little bit goes, hey, you're on my line. I don't know, is that weird? So it may just be me, but we're walking across this temporary bridge to get us to Bunker Hill, and the main car bridge is right here beside us, and I don't know if that's just me or not, but that seems like really thin bit.
We are still the world's oldest commissioned warship afloat.
Even though it's all new wood.
So because we still have our keel, our keelson, and our parts of our frame are original, the museum has deemed that we have enough original pieces.
Right, and the keel is made of?
It is live oak. Yes. So our hull and our frame is the inner and outer layer of our, so you can see it in that gun port there, the inner and outer layer are white oak, and then that inner layer is live oak. So that is why we were able to withstand through battles, because we used white oak because it's 5 times denser than other hardwood, and live oak is 10 times denser than other hardwood. And the way that it splinters, if something hits it, it like curls in and absorbs more rather than other wood that explodes out. So that also saved from a lot of casualties from like shrapnel and stuff.
Okay, by far, one of the coolest things we've done today on the Freedom Trail is go through the USS Constitution.
Absolutely.
It was so incredible. It is the nation's oldest commissioned warship,
It's actually
still
the
floating.
world's oldest commissioned warship, still afloat.
Sorry, thank you, the world's oldest commission. It has been refurbished, but there's still, the hull is original, and there's still enough original pieces that they said it was still classified to be the world's oldest commissioned warship. So, and it's still commissioned today.
Yeah, there was commissioned crew who they're active Navy, and this is their ship where they are stationed, and so they gave tours and gave demonstrations, and they were fantastic.
So yeah, the ship's carpenter, the ship's cook, I mean, we met several of them, and it was definitely worth a visit. So if you're doing the Freedom Trail, you're in Boston, even if you're not doing the Freedom Trail and you're in Boston, come check out the USS Constitution. We are on the last stretch to get to Bunker Hill. And it is absolutely a hill. We started, what time we start? Roughly 8 o'clock, 8:30. And it is now almost 2. We didn't really just high step it. I mean, we kind of took our time, so that's a rough guess of how long it'd take to do this. Okay, climbing the steps for the last leg of this tour up to Bunker Hill. To the end of the Freedom Trail just in time for the rain to hit, so we're taking shelter at Bunker Hill. Should only be like yeah, we're hunkered down at Bunker Hill, so it should only be like 10 minutes, and it's not that bad of a rain, but we haven't sat all day either, so this is actually not so bad. But we did do it. We did the whole trail. Alright guys, so we have finished the Freedom Trail. I thought the trail was amazing.
Yes.
I mean, you saw so many, especially if you're an American history buff, I mean, I feel like so many iconic things along the trail that were a huge part of our country's founding. And so I thought this was a fantastic thing to do. If you are in Boston or in the area and have never done this, highly, highly recommend doing it. So many good places to stop along the way. And I mean, from the Cannolis, and I mean, there's pizza, the Oyster House, which we're actually about to head back to try and get some dinner there. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like hanging out with us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, hit the like button. And leave us a comment. Tell us something maybe we missed, or something that you found when you did the trail that we maybe missed, and would help other people to know as they come through and do the trail themselves. So thank you guys for following along with us. We're going to be in Boston just a little bit more tomorrow, and then we're going to drive up to Maine and check out what Maine's got to offer.
Yep.
We're looking forward to that. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.